All right, we're in week 11 of our Detroit Lions season preview. We taking on the Dallas Cowboys. We only got 3 more videos to do before the season starts next Sunday. We'll knock them out at least before Monday. All right, and I also invite people to check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. I'll be doing a mega NFL season breakdown live stream. I'll be letting you guys know in the community tab at what time I choose to do it. It could be Sunday, could be Monday. It'll be definitely before the season officially kicks off Thursday. So check out my channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. Please do. And I'll put up a community tab when I decided on this channel's community tab when I decided to do it. But hey, we talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Week 11 opponent. We only got 3 more opponents to go because the rest of the games are divisional games. And we already cover every divisional opponent we already going to face to that point. And let's look at their roster. Obviously we know Zeke is eventually going to be there by this week. I eventually predict Zeke will be there, paid or not paid. I don't think he's going to sit out the whole year, but I think they will pay him. They got Michael Gallup at receiver, Coop, Randall Cobb, we know him very well. Still got Tavon Austin and a few other guys. So they got a solid receiver core. Cobb is a little bit old, but he might be refreshed in his offense. They might miss the Kobe's. They got a beast of a line. Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Travis Frederick, who came back from injury. Zach Martin, all pro every year. He's been in the league from Notre Dame. Leyland Collins, right tackle out of LSU, got a little bit of trouble in the draft and went undrafted. Ended up getting cleared of that. I think he had like a homicide case or something. Old ass Jason Witten. I don't know what he doing back, but he sucked in the booth. Dakota Prescott, the quarterback. Right now, Tony Pollard is the starter. It will eventually be Zeke Elliott by the time they play us if he's healthy. But they also have Alfred Morris and Mike Weber, fellow Detroit native. And I think Mike Weber, they might be sleeping on his ability. I think he wanted to renege from Ohio State and they wouldn't let him. He should never chose Ohio State. But don't be surprised if Mike Weber don't take over for Tony Pollard, at least early on till Zeke get there. They got Charlton from University of Michigan. They got some rookies. I'll get to them in a minute. Malik Collins, tackle. Antoine Woods at tackle. Robert Quinn eventually be back. He got a PED suspension after hand injury. Sean Lee, always injured. Jalen Smith out of Notre Dame, like him a lot. He could thump. Vander Esch, the tackling Dutchman, he nice with it. Anthony Brown, good corner. Xavier Woods and Jeff Heath. Jeff Heath is a local guy, I believe, at safety. Not crazy about Jeff Heath or Xavier Woods. Don't know too much about Xavier. Jeff Heath ain't that good to me. He's more of a box guy. They got a Woozier at the other cornerback position. And eventually Byron Jones, he will end up probably starting at corner. They depth chart, they got him at the back, but he will be the starting corner, either with a Woozier or Anthony Brown. So they kind of got him. I guess he been relaxing. Tavon Austin, kick return, punt return. Tony Pollard, kick return. Kickoff is Brett Mayer. Chris Jones, the holder. Long snapper, some guy name I can't pronounce. Brett Mayer, the place kicker. And so, really good team. Randy Gregory is suspended as well. I think he's from like Nebraska or something like that. But they rookies. Let's talk about them real quick. They drafted a kid out of, let me see. University of Central Florida. Tristan Hill, defensive tackle, 2nd round. They didn't have first round trader for Coop. Connor McGovern out of Penn State, Big Ten country. In the 3rd round, 4th round, they took Tony Pollard, running back out of Memphis. Michael Jackson, they took out he from Miami, 5th round. And eventually, he got a turnover because he got a turnover chain in his pitcher. Joe Jackson, defensive end out of Miami. Donovan Wilson, Texas safety from Texas A&M. In the 6th, 7th round, they took Mike Weber. Another 7th round guy took Jalen Jelks out of Oregon. And this is probably one of the most, probably going to be a game where they upcharge for the tickets. But the Cowboys, they fans believe they got Super Bowl ambitious. And they got a really good, talented team. They got the defense to do so. It's more of a agile, quick defense. They're not big up front. But they got a hella talent. You know what I'm saying? Up and down the field. Probably one of the best offensive lines out there. Zeke come back healthy. One of the best running backs. Dakota Prescott, solid middle of the road quarterback. Tight ends is probably their weakness, in receivers. Gallup can get downfield. Heard him and Prescott's got a good rapport. But Amari Cooper, I never been sold on him. He ain't never been that good to me. And I don't have him in my top 10 receiver. He got the talent, but he ain't that good to me. But you know what? He can be that, but I don't really their weaknesses. I don't fear the quarterback. He do make plays, but I don't fear him making plays from the pocket. Don't fear the slow ass tight end. Don't fear Cooper. He just remember in Oakland he was average, and even in Dallas last year after he got his little flame of Thanksgiving, he was pretty much average. So I fear Zeke. The defense is real good. And they could, at the end of the day, they could make the Super Bowl. The NFL is wide open. It's a lot of old quarterbacks, Breeze, Brady. I mean, the Eagles look good on paper in their division. Quarterback made it fucking China glass. So they can make the Super Bowl. Talented group. Poorly coached though. Poor tight end. But they're a good team. This probably be the game of the year for a lot of Lions fans. This is the equivalent of Michigan beating Ohio State. All right. This is that equivalent. This is a big game. They don't win any other game. This is a game that you want to beat. Dallas is always plays as well, and we played them well, and this is a home game, so definitely one you want to pull up on. Had a lot of electricity. Cowboy fans travel well. It's going to be a good game, but how the Lions should attack them, just looking from now, looking ahead. And also, Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator, former Detroit Lions quarterback out of Boise State. Defensive coordinator is Rob Marinelli, former On-16 head coach with the Detroit Lions. So it's a lot of connections and local connections as well. And they also got the kid, I didn't see him on the depth chart, Jordan Lewis. He from Detroit as well. I don't know what's going on with their depth chart. I don't see him on there. I don't think they cut him. But they got Jordan Lewis as well. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan Lewis is, there you go, his nickelback. I love it. Yeah, he's the nickelback. A real good guy. He's from Detroit as well too, man. So something to look at. I think he went to Cash or something. But they got a few local guys and guys that got connection to the Big Ten, guys that got straight connections from the Lions. But how you beat them is you run at them. Physicality, a lot of Anderson, a lot of Johnson downhill. You want to be physical with the Cowboys. They're an agile defense. And they got a few injury-prone linebackers too, and Sean Lee and Jalen Smith coming off that knee injury. But they're not strong up front. You don't want to run east and west against these guys because they front seven can run. They just a little bit light in the ass up front. You want to be physical with them. If you're able to be physical and get a downhill running like Anderson going and punch them in the mouth and wear them out, they're undersized defense, but they fast. So you don't want to go east and west, pitch plays, toss plays, stretch plays. You know, you might want to do stretch plays and then cut back up and set them up for something. But you want to go east and west, a lot of heavy football, 2 tight ends, get Hawkinson there and block. And that's how I would attack them. A lot of power offense, and that's what Darrell Bell would do best. Offensively, stop Zeke, make Prescott beat you from the pocket. Don't let him break a tank. Keep him in the pocket and make throws down the field. Don't let him dink and dack you. Dink and dack you to death. Don't let him Brady you to death. Force him to throw the ball downfield and be accurate. He don't have a great arm. He is a talented quarterback with his legs, but when you force him to beat you from the pocket, then you really won. Last year, we almost beat him until Jared Davis gave up that wheel route to Zeke and they closed the game out. And it was always a competitive game with the Cowboys. From Mike Fury knocking down a star to Calvin Johnson showing Dez Bryant who the best receiver. And it's always a competitive game. And Cowboy fans will tell you it's one of the best games of the year outside the division, the Eagles, Redskins, and Giants. We always compete with the Cowboys. And Cowboys, they want to be just like us with the colors and all that shit. They got that shit from us. We was in the league before them. But you know what? Right now on paper, they the better team. But you never know any given Sunday. And injuries happen, and what if Zeke don't come back, or what if he get hurt when he come back? I eventually believe he get his deal, but they're a good organization. Jerry spent a lot of money on them, and they trying to build it from the right way, from the trenches on out, and they got some phenomenal players. But I expect us to compete, and I expect us to beat the Cowboys, man. It's like I said before, it's like Michigan losing to Ohio State. It's a big game, but hey, we'll see how it go. Going back to the playoff game and stuff of that nature. Talented group. But I don't think they're indestructible or they're unbeatable. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. But seem like, number one option would be to stop Zeke. Number 2 option would be able to run the ball down their throat on the underside defense. And then also keep Prescott in the pocket and make him beat you downfield with his arm. But hey, Motor City Sports Talk, let me know what you think. We're going to finish up the other 3, at least by Monday, season previews. We're going to wrap it up. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, response, your video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.